Today on Education Forum, Miss CSU, an interview with Kelsey Ray. From the studio, high atop Jordan Hall in the College of Education and Health Professions at Columbus State University in Columbus, Georgia, this is Education Forum with your hosts, Jeff Conklin and Greg Blaylock. Hi, welcome to Education Forum. This is Jeff Conklin here with my co-host, Greg Blaylock. Good morning, Greg.
Good morning. How are you, Jeff?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing all right.
Good, good. Well, today's guest is recently been elected as the, Miss CSU.
Miss CSU.
So we have with us today Kelsey Ray, Miss Columbus State University. Welcome, Kelsey.
Thank you. I'm really glad to be here.
We're glad to have you on. How long have you been Miss CSU?
I was crowned January 26th,
Okay.
so it's been a couple months.
All right.
It's been
All right.
fun.
Well,
And how long is that, a year type
It's
thing?
a year. Well, it'll be until the next Miss CSU pageant.
So until
whenever
next January?
Hopefully.
Is it how it occurs every January, basically? Or?
Last year was in February,
Okay.
so
Okay.
they cut Miss CSU 2013 by a month, but it was okay.
I see.
So what does it mean to be Miss CSU?
To me, for me, it's really just getting my platform out there, and just it's a bigger purpose than just wearing a crown and going to Miss Georgia and making these appearances and meeting all these people. My platform is special needs,
Okay.
so I've gotten opportunities to meet people that I wouldn't have gotten to meet otherwise,
Okay,
and be a part
okay.
of programs that I wouldn't have been able to the opportunities I wouldn't have been able to do without being Miss CSU. But,
Okay. Okay.
So just making appearances. And
Now, when you say your platform, what do you mean?
my platform is my focus
Okay.
as Miss CSU. What
Okay.
I'm trying to promote, what I want to bring awareness to, and really help. And
Okay.
So-
Okay.
And that's related to people with disabilities.
Yes, sir.
And so obviously that connects to your career choice because you're majoring in special education.
Yes, sir.
Right? And so what is it you're looking at doing in terms of supporting people with disabilities as Miss CSU? How do you connect the two?
Well, I've recently gotten involved with Best Buddies, just bringing awareness to that, and really, for me, inclusion is a big thing. Just letting them, do the things that other people say, oh, you can't do this. No, letting people know they can do this.
Okay.
And so bringing awareness to it and really getting them involved in the community, involved in just everyday activities that people kind of shoot down for them.
Okay. Okay.
So when you talk about inclusion, you're talking about the idea that people with disabilities are full members of their school community, of their larger community, of their
Right.
state, that sort of thing, which really flies in the face of historically how people with disabilities have been treated. Up until relatively recently, people with disabilities, especially developmental disabilities, have been locked away in state institutions, have been educated in separate facilities and
Yes.
that sort of thing.
Right.
So it sounds like you're taking on the philosophy of inclusion and continuing to push that.
Right.
Right?
So,
Yeah. Okay. Now, what are some of your duties as Miss CSU? What do they have you out doing?
well, I've gotten to sing at basketball games. That's fun.
What do you sing?
I've sang the national anthem.
Oh, okay.
And
okay,
I've sang
okay.
God Bless America.
Okay.
Just, like I said, just making appearances. I go to orientations,
Okay.
visitations, just kind of welcome everyone to the campus. I make welcome speeches. I get to do that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
You recently gave a speech to the Muskogee County Transition Fair.
Oh yeah, that was fun. I was
Okay.
really honored to be asked to come to that and make a welcome speech, and I got to meet a bunch of the students around Muskogee County.
Okay,
It was
okay.
it was fun.
Yeah, it sounds like. How many people were there?
I'm not exactly sure. There
Yeah.
was a good turnout.
Was there? Yeah.
I didn't get an exact number.
A couple
Okay.
hundred, I believe.
Yeah, excellent.
There's
Excellent.
always a good turnout for that.
Now, being Miss Columbus State, is that a springboard to something else?
I get to compete in Miss Georgia.
Okay.
So
okay.
that gets me to the next level, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But just opportunities, like I'd mentioned before, really gets my name out there and
Okay. Okay.
gets me. I get known, I guess, and now I am a public figure, so I get to
Right.
be a role model, I guess, for other people. and
Absolutely.
Were you a public figure before? Is this your first competition?
This is my first title, yes, sir.
Okay, okay,
Yes, sir.
all right. When is Miss Georgia coming up?
It's in June.
Oh,
It's,
okay.
Miss Georgia Week is June 14th through the 22nd.
All right.
So that whole week I'll be kind of secluded
Okay.
So
from everyone.
how do people get involved in Miss Georgia? Obviously, as Miss CSU, you go to the Miss Georgia pageant. Does that mean that every university has a Miss University that participates, or how does that work?
You can, if you choose to. Like there's Miss Columbus, there's Miss Rome from my area that I'm from. But it's an organization, and you
Okay.
have to be a part of the organization just like anything else.
And what is that organization?
The Miss America organization.
Oh, okay, okay. I had no idea. Now you keep mentioning, or you did before we started, your director. Is that like a manager for you, or?
She is someone who kind of shows me, tells me, how to do things, I guess.
Okay.
Kind of helps me with things that I don't understand,
Okay.
or, just getting me appearances, going to schools, and like people will ask her, can Miss CSU come read at my school? And so she'll be like, hey, can you go to here?
Cool.
I
And
see.
she's just
So it-
helping me through. And
Okay, so it's like a
being
manager
there.
in a way.
In a way, kind
Yeah,
of like a
yeah.
sister. She's been
Okay,
really,
okay.
really helpful.
Is she connected with the university?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I see.
She works in Greek life.
Oh, okay, okay. Now you grew up in a rural town near the border of Tennessee. How did you choose CSU?
I cheered 4 years in high school, and every year my high school came down here to compete at the state competition.
Okay.
And I got to see CSU perform at the state competition every year at the Civic Center.
All right.
And so at first it was cheerleading, getting involved in that. But then when I realized what I wanted to do, I started looking into the program here, and it stood out. It was one of the best.
Okay, and what you want to do is,
Special education.
you want to be a special ed teacher?
At first,
Okay,
yes, sir.
okay.
I'm planning on hopefully getting into grad school for speech therapy.
Ah,
And
excellent,
traveling
excellent.
a little bit, working
Okay.
on a contract here and there. My long-term goal, years and years away, is to do hippotherapy, which is
Oh, okay.
horse therapy for
Right.
special needs kids.
Right.
So
Why are you so interested in disabilities?
I've always, I have an uncle who has a disability.
Okay.
I had a cousin who had disabilities. In 2011, my close cousin of mine had a car accident and now has TBI.
Ah, okay.
So it's something that's always been kind of close to my heart. And then in high school, I got to work with a special needs cheerleading team.
No
and
kidding.
it was really
Okay,
fun.
okay.
So
Interesting.
I did that for 2 years, my freshman and sophomore year, and then I had to. I cheered football the last 2 years of high school, so I didn't get to work with the kids. But it really taught me a lot about myself and opened up my eyes to a whole new world that I didn't even realize existed.
So you've got
Excellent.
a pretty rich background in terms of personal experience with disability
sir.
in your life. That's wonderful. Now you say you sing, right?
Yes, sir.
And you're interested in eventually moving into hippotherapy. So you obviously have done those sorts of things growing up.
Yes, sir.
You sing. Do you have horses?
I do have horses at home. Yes, sir.
Do you have like your own horse, like
I do have my own horse.
Trigger or something like that?
Sophie. I have, no,
Here
it's
we
okay.
go.
I have Sophie. Sophie's my
Sophie.
horse.
Okay.
My dad has a horse. My brothers have horses, and
Okay.
we all ride. When I get to go home on the weekends, if I have time, we'll saddle up and go on like a 4-hour ride or something.
Oh,
Is that right?
wonderful.
Wow, wow,
Yeah.
wow.
Now, you mentioned Rome, but are you really from the Rome area?
I'm not from Rome.
Okay.
I'm 30 minutes north of Rome. It's
right.
called Tryon, Georgia. I say that with a country accent.
Yes, indeed.
It's Trion.
Okay.
It's 35 minutes from Chattanooga, Tennessee, and 30 minutes from the first county in Alabama.
Ah, okay. So you're way up there.
Oh, yeah.
Now, with the riding, aren't there programs for people with disabilities doing riding? Have you been
think
involved
so.
with that at all?
I haven't yet.
Okay.
I learned about hippotherapy through a friend
Okay.
who lives in Wyoming who
Okay.
did that, who got to do that. It's a nonprofit organization, so that was a huge interest of mine. So I learned about it through her, and
Okay.
I'll get some information about it, just like what kind of education I would need to be able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but even growing up, when I started working with special needs kids, I thought, how cool would it be for inclusion for these kids to be able to ride horses? And then when
Oh,
I
yeah.
learned that, that's a huge
It
therapeutic
is. It is.
outlet for them. So.
Excellent. Excellent.
Right.
Very good. Now, you're involved with a program here on campus called Best Buddies.
Yes, sir.
What has your involvement been with that?
Well, we are trying to get it up and running. Right now, I'm just really trying to help get the word out about it and kind of tell people what it is and get more people involved, not just in the education program.
Okay.
People, I have friends in health science and other stuff like that that may want to be involved. So just trying to get the word out. It's not, like I said, it's not up and running right now.
Okay.
But just trying to fundraise and stuff like that.
So you're right at the ground level, getting
At
it
the
going.
ground level.
Okay.
Helping.
And so Best Buddies, if you were to sum up in a sentence or two, what is Best Buddies all about?
To me, Best Buddies is just having that one-on-one relationship with someone who has a disability in the community. It's kind of like Big Brothers Big Sisters, like I've said before. When I tell people about it, that's what I tell them, that it is like that. But you have that one-on-one connection with someone that has a disability. You're their best friend, and you're their person.
Okay.
Sure. And I think you brought a clip, just a real short clip of Best Buddies. Maybe we can bring that up now and take a look at it.
Okay.
Here we go. Everybody needs somebody.
Friend. Somebody who knows.
What makes you laugh?
How you feel about football?
Movies.
Singing.
Life. Somebody who always has your back. A real friend.
Best buddy.
But sometimes it can be hard for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities to make friends.
That's why we started Best Buddies.
A network of more than 70,000 friends
Across America.
And around the world.
Best Buddies matches people like me.
Like me.
like me.
With people like me.
Like me.
Like me. To create one-on-one friendships that foster understanding
Break down barriers.
and help us see how.
Beautiful.
Smart.
Funny.
And amazing.
We all are.
And we can use your help.
Go to bestbuddies.org and see how you can get involved.
Because everybody needs a best buddy.
Including me.
Me.
You.
That was good. I'm glad we had that clip. That gave us a little bit of information. So right now you're at the ground floor stage. You're just getting students to become involved.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And
Okay.
you're looking at the Best Buddies chapter here at Columbus State, perhaps unfolding or beginning
Right.
officially this fall.
Yes, sir.
Is that right?
Ah,
sir.
excellent.
Okay.
Excellent. How many students do you need on our end to be involved?
Right now, because it is ground level, I don't know how many students we're gonna. Well, overall, we want just we will be taking applications and stuff
Okay.
like that because it is new, and we're hoping to have a lot of interest. So just when it happens and we get it all, everything planned out, then
Okay.
we'll have that set number.
Now, looking at your material, I noticed that you've been involved with servant leadership.
Yes, sir.
And what have you done with that?
Servant leadership is a stipend program here at CSU.
Okay.
And I do a lot of volunteer work in the community. My freshman year here, I did, or my first 2 years here, I did Habitat for Humanity, which was new for me because
Okay.
they didn't have that in my hometown or anywhere where I was from that I knew of. So I did Habitat for Humanity, just going and helping build houses and
Okay.
kind of doing stuff like that. And now I'm at Fox Elementary. I volunteer there. Just if teachers need me help with anything, I help with
Okay.
the students, bulletins, anything that they
Wonderful.
need help with.
So, where did you build houses?
All around Columbus,
Really?
in the
Here
needs area of
Okay.
Columbus.
Okay. Excellent. So,
It's pretty fun.
was that like a spring break project, or?
It was not. I did Habitat for Humanity all year.
Oh, okay.
All
Okay.
year.
It just wasn't one of the, because you see that quite
Right.
often in the paper.
Right.
Where, a group came down and just for spring break.
Oh,
they
I
did
was
that.
committed.
Okay. Excellent. Excellent. So, servant leadership's been a big part.
Oh yeah.
Now, you mentioned earlier that cheerleading has been a big part of your life.
Yes, sir.
You started in high school or before then?
I started before that. I did gymnastics starting at 5 years old.
Okay.
I did that for 5 years. And then I got involved in all-star cheerleading, which is kind of like all-star baseball or anything else. I
okay.
traveled and cheered with people that weren't from my school, which was fun.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did that starting when I was 9 years old. And then I did that till my senior year of high school.
Okay.
And I also cheered in middle school. So I did all-star cheerleading and middle school cheerleading for 2 years.
Okay.
And then I did high school cheerleading for 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I've always been involved. And then my freshman year, at college, I came and tried out and made the team. And I've been on the team for 3 years now.
Now, cheerleading is a big thing here at Columbus State, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
I mean, they compete nationally.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
We
Right.
just won in January.
I
We
was-
won.
Yeah, I was going to ask about
Yeah,
that.
okay.
We won some sort of national
We did.
type recognition.
Oh, yeah.
It's a huge commitment, isn't it,
It
to
is.
be a cheerleader? Like, talk a little bit about, as a student, full-time student, what's the commitment to being a cheerleader? What is it you do day in and day out?
Well, I mean, you have a life, and you have school, and you have to do work, and we practice at night. So from 8 to 10:30, sometimes we're in the gym practicing. But it's a team effort, and so you have to be committed to working out outside of practice. Working on your skills, tumbling, stunning, stuff like that, staying healthy, not just for yourself, but for your team.
Okay.
Because it is a huge commitment. And it can be stressful sometimes when you're trying to get a routine. It's 2 weeks before nationals and something's not hitting, and it's stressful. And then you have to think, oh, I've got to worry about this stunt not hitting, and then I've got to worry about, I've got this paper to write, I've got a test to study for. So trying to juggle all of that is it can be a bit overwhelming, but at the end of the day, it's rewarding.
Oh, okay.
So, and I'm going to show my ignorance. I'll apologize here in advance of this question. But so on a cheerleading team, a high-level cheerleading team like Columbus State's, are there particular positions, or the team as a whole, the individuals, do they hold particular things that they do on the team? And that's their specialty on the team.
Oh,
How
yeah.
does that work?
Oh, definitely. We have people on the team who are incredible bases, or the people who throw the girls up in the air.
Oh, okay.
We have tumblers, a lot of talented tumblers on the team. A lot of our guys are strong co-ed stunners, so they're the guys you see flipping girls upside down and catching their feet in the air.
I see.
So everyone has a specific duty. Myself, I'm a mid-layer, which is in a pyramid when you see all of us kind of stacked on top of each other. I'm the girl in the middle holding the little tiny girl at the top. So yeah, so and just stuff like that.
So they're not throwing you in the air?
Sometimes, yes.
Sometimes. Oh, okay.
What kinds of injuries typically occur? If injuries occur on a cheerleading team, what do you see?
A lot of concussions.
Is that
a lot
right?
of those
And then how does
sometimes.
a concussion happen? Like,
You can get kicked in the head,
Is that right?
elbowed. You can get I've been dropped before.
Jeez.
So just falling. I mean, there are broken bones and torn
No
ligaments
kidding.
and stuff. I tore my ACL cheerleading my senior year. I've had 3 knee surgeries from cheerleading. So
oh, is that right?
injuries are
Wow.
galore.
It's a lot rougher than you think.
It is,
Yeah,
and that's what people don't understand is, sideline cheerleading is it's a different ball game per se, because it is. I mean, it is stand there and you cheer your team on. But even with that comes a lot of practice. You have to be in sync. You have to look good doing that.
Oh, sure.
But then competition is a sport, and that can go on a whole nother.
Yeah, it's
Right,
very.
right,
Another
right.
thing.
And it's
but-
interesting, your background is gymnastics, or at least that's where you started. And when you watch competitive cheerleading, I mean, it's gymnastics-based
is.
stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You really see.
So yeah, it's hard. It's a lot of people don't understand the physical and mental and emotional just stress and commitment that it has to be.
Oh, really?
So.
Yeah.
So let's see. So as a full-time student, you're a cheerleader. You're Miss CSU. You're in the servant leadership program, which has you doing a lot of volunteer work, that sort of thing. You're in the schools helping out. You're carrying full-time load. Is that pretty much all you do, or is there something that you actually do in your life?
No, I mean, I have a life.
Okay.
I enjoy going to the schools, and I enjoy doing things for Miss CSU and volunteering. Because even with that, I've met so many people and made so many friends. Like music is a big part of my life. And like when I was at Habitat my first 2 years, my supervisor played guitar. And so on lunch break, we would kind of sit down and play guitar a little bit and then get back to work. But yeah, I have a life outside. Sometimes I'll go downtown. They have open mic night on Thursdays, so I'll go play guitar. Or
Oh, do you really?
when I get to go home, I'll go home on the weekends if I have a free weekend. So.
Okay.
Is music in the background of your family, I would imagine?
Yes, sir.
Because you play guitar, you sing, and how long is that? You grew up doing that, I'm guessing?
I did. My dad he'd play guitar most of his life, playing in gospel groups, traveling around the area.
Okay.
And then I grew up when I was 3 years old. I picked up a microphone and went
Started
from
singing.
there. So started
Really?
singing with my dad, my mom, and my brothers.
Wow.
My brothers, play bass and guitar and drums, so we all did that.
Okay.
And singing in church, and so yeah, it's
And-
always been a part of my life.
And so
great.
now you're singing the national anthem at various sporting events and that sort of thing.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
great. That's
Oh, yeah.
terrific.
Well, I would like to thank you for coming to Education Forum and sitting here today and talking with us. We really
Thank you
enjoyed
for
it. I've
having
learned
me.
a heck of a lot about
Thank you.
cheerleading and thing, and we'd like to have you back at another point.
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Well, thank you very much. And
Thank you.
I'd like to thank you for watching Education Forum. This is Kelsey Ray, and she is Miss Columbus State University. And I'm Jeff Conklin. Thanks for watching.
Learn more about Columbus State University at columbusstate.tv.